Welcome back and welcome to our third episode of Getting to Know Me mini-series. Happy that you're back. I'm ecstatic. I hope that you have been joining the journey. Last time on Getting to Know Me, I shared my experience of being married at 18, separated, heartbreak, and new beginning. If you haven't watched, I invite you to watch the first and the second episode before you watch the third, just to catch up on what I've spoken about in Getting to Know Me, and also to understand a little about me as to why I write and how I get to where I'm at. Today, we dive into episode 3, and it's a new chapter of my life, which is life on my own. A fresh start in a new city, new life, and I had to build it all on my own. So take a breath. Have a seat on the couch with me. Get comfortable and let's dive in. We are in for a ride. So, the journey begins. The new journey. I moved to Kingston. With my anchor, my elder sister, my support system. I think she's just my safety, and I thrive in her presence. I perform better. I'm like myself when I'm with her, and I think that's why I always, come back right around to her. But living in the big city now, the country girl, living the life, new friends, new job, new me. At this time, you know what they say, when you're going through something, you're just out there. I don't know if I was out there or I found a new me and I was just living. It was a brand new life for me, mind you. Apart from the life of, working and meeting new friends and everything, I started partying. Yes. I started partying when I got to Kingston. So I had to, build a new foundation. I had to build a new life. I had to start fresh and, just make the changes as they come. So I started partying because I had a best friend that worked with a liquor company, and I was just doing a lot of events with them. I was doing partying. I started, drinking more and responsibly. And that was just the life. We would go to work, we would party, we would have fun, and that was just the life being there. My family was still in Westmoreland and I was in Kingston, but I had a few family in Kingston as well, and also I had some that were in Mandeville. So on the weekends we would meet up, or we would be going to events. The place that I used to work, I met a few great friends that I'm still friends with today, and we just used to go out and just have a blast. So the move was diverse, the move was different, but I think that was a time that I started finding who is Latnovia. So Latnovia before was the quiet, tame, married, the wife, that's just living the life of that responsibility, that good life, being married at 18, having a business, that's all we knew, that's all we were doing, and that was it. So that was the Latnovia that changed was one that was living independent. I was enjoying the newfound freedom that I found. It was like, let's go. So my social life changed. My life itself that I had before changed. I was learning a new norm. So during that time, I was socializing, but I was still reserved in some events because I was socializing safe, and my cousins were there, my friends were there, and at the end of the day, I was never a risk taker. I was always a thoughtful person in how I conduct myself, what I do. Pretty much, I was always like a controlling person in my action and my behavior. So it wasn't anything. I wasn't doing drugs. I wasn't doing being up and down. All it was this newfound freedom of living life in a party setting in the big city. So even though I was partying, even though I was drinking, I was never overindulging. I was in a safe environment. And that sometimes we have to think about it, that even when we're going through things, we have to think about our safety. We have to think about what happens tomorrow, who we are and how people perceive us. Even though we do everything to the liking of our own, but at the end of the day, we try to ensure that we are responsible in everything that we do. It was just a safe area. I had friends and I had family that was very protective of me. So that lifestyle was one that I enjoyed. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And if I never party another day in my life, I'm still happy. I was living my best life. Weekends, holidays, I would go salsa dancing. Yeah, I used to dance salsa. I would do, series of weekends. I was doing weekends, holidays. I was doing what they call it, ATI before it became Dream Weekend. I was doing Carnival. I was doing Juve. I was doing, you name it, the parties. I was there. And, it was a season of my life that became a part of me. And I did enjoy myself at that time. But all fun aside, that was the social side of me, the social freedom side of me. Not long after, I met a guy. Yes, I met a boy. That was apart from my marriage, that was my first real serious boyfriend, because my high school sweetheart was my high school sweetheart. Now I had a boyfriend, and I'm going to tell you this. As I told you before, that's the beginning of my life. This was the beginning of knowing what a relationship is and what it consists of and what to expect and what you will go through. I have learned about everything with this guy. I learned about love. I learned about lies. I learned about control. I learned about cheating. I learned about relationship drama. I learned about manipulating. I learned it. And this was my first time as well moving in with a man that I never married, because I was married to my high school sweetheart. So now I'm living a new life. I'm a big kid now. I'm a big girl. I'm grown up. So I have a boyfriend. I moved out of my sister's house, and I was living with this guy, and I promise you, it was a cyclical relationship. This was a cyclical relationship. We were together for 6 to 7 years with this guy. We would break up, we would reunite, before a final break set me free, I was doing this for so long. I was with this guy. I learned so much from him. I also grew up while I was with him, and it was pretty much a real life of mine during that time as well. A lot of persons may not have known that I wanted kids. And I did try for kids as well during that period of my life. I think I tried for at least a year, and it didn't happen. That's one of the times that I did try for kids as well. And I also became a stepmother in that relationship for a little time. I had drama. I had, like the control, they just everything. I learned a lot during that time, and I've learned a whole lot of lessons during that relationship. I learned about men. I learned about cues of how they tell lies. I learned about, just trusting on a whole. How a man can make you feel good and bad. Good and bad, because I'm not gonna lie to you. He was a good guy, very, very loving, caring, as a Jamaican man, they take care of their own, they take care of their home. They make sure that you're okay. I had that 100%. We had fun, but set aside from that, when you're in a relationship, you don't know what's happening during the relationship until you break up. And when you break up from that relationship, that's when you find out that, Mary Jane was there, Sue was there. I learned quite a bit. I learned about, trust. I learned about love. I learned about lies. So during that time, that life in Kingston, I did the social life. I did the boyfriend, which is a life again. And I did study as well. I decided to do my bachelor's while I was in Kingston, while I was working, having a life, and also working. I decided to do my bachelor's, which I hold a bachelor's in marketing, and I achieved that while navigating a work life, a study relationship roller coaster, just being stressful because my job was stressful. I was an account exec with 13 clients. I was going to school, I was going to work, going to school in the afternoon, and then after leaving school I would go back to work, and then I would go home, so there was so many things that was happening during that time. But I did accomplish having my bachelor's in that time as well. So Kingston was a life-changing event for me, and I did that for over 10 years. 10 years well lived. I had a support system after a while too. My cousins that I love dearly. They're more than cousins to me. They're like my sisters. I love them. I love them as much as how I love my sisters, and that support with them made a different life for us too. We were inseparable. We did everything together along with the friends that I met. It was memorable, and it was fun, and it was well lived. But after all of that, 10 years or more, I think they say every good thing must come to an end. I had another change, and it was a new horizon. I decided to migrate. And we will speak about that in our next episode. We will speak about the new horizon and the migration, which is my fourth episode. Decision to leave Kingston, leave my family, and to move to the US. Significant change, and I think that was one of the biggest decisions I've ever made in all of my life. Bigger than the marriage, bigger than moving to Kingston, but this was the move that I had to make, and it taught me courage to step out of my comfort zone. When I moved to Kingston, it was a change for better, getting to know myself, learning who I am, exploring, being away from everything and just start fresh. This move was, building my courage to step out into a new era of my life, the unknown, pretty much the unknown, and building my life even more independently with opportunity. So that's what we'll speak about for the next one, which is the final one as well. Before I go, as usual, I have some questions that I normally share with you and answers, and it helps you to learn a little about me as well. So question number 1, what have I learned about love and attachment? I have learned that love can be confusing. It can be confusing with attachment. Safety and personal fulfillment were tied to attachment and not pure love, because I think that during that time of my life, being in that relationship that had me from here to here in a roller coaster mode was because I think I was more attached to him than being in love or thinking that this was love, because I never knew anyone else apart from what I was learning within that time. How has my perspective on relationship changed over time? Focusing on partnership now. I focus more on partnership and mutual respect over anything else, over saying that, oh, I'm in love, or saying it is romantic. That bliss. I am grown and I no longer think about relationship as such. It's more about that partnership, that person that you can share a life with, build a life with, that mutual respect that you get. That's what I think. That's how my perspective has changed. What boundaries have I had to learn the hard way? Prioritizing my honesty over comfort. I'll do that any day, and the older I get, I think that's something that I do as well. Setting limits to avoid burnout. I have a restless body, and as such I try to prioritize things over just doing everything. Speak uncomfortable truth rather than maintaining false peace, because nothing disturbs my peace. I'm always going to speak my truth. What does self-love looks like to me today? Me looks like actively prioritizing my mental health, my emotional well-being, and my physical well-being. Protecting energy, honoring needs without guilt. I do what I want without feeling guilty, as long as it makes me happy. And rest when I'm tired, nourishing the body, exercising as a gift, and attending, my mental health. If I think I need a second to pause, I am taking that second. And I already told myself that it is okay to not be okay. My mental health is very important, because I've been through a lot and I have learned the hard way, and knowing that it is okay to not be okay, and you can always hit that pause button whenever you want, because you control that. So that's something that I do as well, and I really, really and truly take note of that. I know when I am getting to that point to say, I need to break, I need to reset. Next time, I share the challenges, triumph, and personal evolution after starting my life in the US, the highs, the lows, and the lessons that shaped me for the future and for the place that I'm at now to be speaking to you. Stay real, be raw, and definitely be vulnerable. I am Latnovia, and this is RRV, Real, Raw, Vulnerable. Besos.